what we are seeing and what we have witnessed with our own eyes. Young Kenyans telling William Ruto must go to his face. I think it's the first time it has happened. It's the first time William Ruto has encountered it in ISIOLO. And you know, as a build-up to this trip to northern Kenya, they had kept touting that, oh, that's our stronghold, because they are desperate. They are looking for people. So suddenly they found, oh, we have low-hanging fruits in northern Kenya. These people have been have some historical issues. They have some whatever axe to grind with other communities, or so they thought. And so they thought by engineering these divisive, by waging these hate, because I told you this government, or any government for that matter, they thrive on us versus them. So they must go there and tell them, oh, your oppression is because of them. It's because of your neighbors. It's because of your friends. So for us to get to this particular point, this wave of awakening, this is extreme effort. We have reached, or we have undone years and decades of mental brainwash. We have undone within a span of 2 years. In fact, tribalism ended on June 25th. So anyone using tribalism, anyone flashing the tribal card, you're in for a root shock, my brother. The only place right now Ruto can go and feel at home is Nyanza, because there he can find a few Raila cows who can entertain his bullshit. The build up to this trip to northern Kenya was laced with a lot of negative and divisive sentiment. Oh, you guys, your oppression is because of X and Y and Z. It's because of other people. No, we are solely focused on the political establishment. You are the cause of our misery. You are the cause of our oppression. You are the perpetrators of our continued disenfranchisement and poverty. We don't have jobs because of you useless bastards. And so we keep telling you, you guys, you've missed the memo. Get with the program. If you want to save yourself, if you're a politician, if you want to be in the next government, save yourself by aligning with the voices of reason, align with the wave, with the mood of the day. The mood of the day is number one, Ruto must go. That is non-negotiable. Anyone touting, anyone saying that Ruto deserves an extra month or an extra year so that he can get to 2027 and we are back to these shenanigans and I don't know what. You're delaying to appoint the IBC. We are done. He's not the one who is going to appoint the IBC. He has held us hostage for the last 2 years. Suddenly he's rushing. Suddenly they are running. Suddenly they are chasing. They are chasing time. You wonder where they've been all this time. So listen, what we just witnessed in ISIOLO, that is revolutionary. It doesn't get more revolutionary than that. It doesn't cross. This is it. When the youth look at you straight in your face and tell you Ruto must go, you're there addressing them. You're telling them barabara because you had crammed. Ruto had crammed all the roads in that area. He had crammed all the white elephant projects which have stalled thanks to his own malfeasance. He had crammed them in his head. And so he says, barabara ya kutoka Modogashe, sijui nini, Ramu, he was being told wongo. He goes and says something wongo. And this is it, my friends. Any politician, any blogger, any journalist, any media outlet which is not singing to your tune, which is not saying and repeating our gospel is very simple. Ruto must go. If anyone is not talking that gospel, then stop giving them attention. Stop giving them your clout. Stop giving them your retweets. Stop consuming their garbage. It's that simple. I've had a big problem with especially this bastard, this Gashia the motherfucker. You guys have embraced him thinking that he's adding value to the movement. This motherfucker is there for his own. Even if you remember when he was talking about the abductors, he was only giving piecemeal information. He says, anaitwa Abel ako mahali hapo. He was never forthcoming. He was never forthright. He knows who is abducting, but he's giving you hints. He's just throwing you a carrot. He's just throwing you a bone to nibble. Nibble on this small bone. I've given you a name, Abel. There are how many Abels in the fucking country? Rigathi does not give a shit about you people. We are in this problem because of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua now is coming to turn and make it like he's the one who is formulating the coalition. These idiots who have been in the opposition, Akina Wamalwa, Akina Kalonzo Musyoka, Akina Madhakarua, they have embraced him. They have embraced him, and now he's the one who is directing them. So they have been infiltrated, or so we think, because I think we live in a political simulation in Kenya. Everything and everyone should not be trusted. Everyone is on the payroll of the state. All the money that is supposed to be going to doing projects, the roads, the infrastructure, the stadiums, all the social amenities that we desire, even the hospitals, for them to induce this mass stupidity, to zombify the masses, they must have bought everyone. They must have bought everyone, including the opposition. So, Rigathi Gachagua goes and finds his way. He worms his way into these other guys who have been in the opposition for God knows what. And then now, he's now crafting their coalition. Does that make sense? So, Gachagua has been sponsored by the government to come and infiltrate both the opposition and the Gen Zs. And many of you cannot see because you are stupid. Many of you cannot reason. Many of you are excited, highly excited by this character just because he comes there and makes a few jokes and says, Musangalire. What the fuck is that? Are we talking about Musangalire or are we talking about debt? Are we talking about taxes? That is what brought us together from June. That is what we were discussing. Not the rubbish that Gachagua has been treating you for this whole month. Gachagua is an extortionist. He's saying, oh, I had been offered 2 billion. Who would be offered 2 billion and you refuse? If you've been offered 2 billion and you refuse, why do you want to stay in that seat? How much more were you standing to gain for you to turn down 2 billion? Musangalire. And then you guys start trending it. You start making AI hats. Hey, Musangalire, stop being stupid. We spoke about taxes. We spoke about debt. We were at an intellectual high as of June last year. How we moved from that high to now talking about Rigathi Gachagua's bullshit. How did we get there? How did we get there? Sangaliri. The fuck? And I told you there are these people who are raised in the rural areas. Please. Be wary of them. And the rural people, please, let me tell you, ruralism is a state of mind. If you come to the city, you come to Nairobi, and you want to maintain your rural ways, you want to come and colonize, you want to come and turn Nairobi, you want to come to listen to your Inoro and Kameme bullshit in Nairobi, then it's even an act of self-sabotage. Because both the city and the rural areas and the countryside can peacefully coexist. But there is no way you can remove your rural-bred stupidity and then you bring it to Nairobi. There is no way we are on X. We are discussing things on an intellectual high of debt and taxes and allocations, budgetary allocations. We've been discussing that. And then now we move. We turn the entire Gen Z movement to be about Rigathi Gachagua. I call him that Gashieda motherfucker because he doesn't even deserve to be called by his name. Because he's one of the guys exactly 1 year from now who was taunting us, who was antagonizing us, who was keeping us in a constant state of anxiety because of his toxic, divisive, and polarizing rhetoric. Why the fuck are you giving Gachagua airtime? Why the fuck are you listening to this guy? This guy adds us no value. This guy is a spent cartridge. He's a used condom. He has no value to us. And then he goes, he creates now. And then now the other side, that's why I tell you all of this shit is scripted. The other side, they start reacting to his taunts. They start reacting to his tribal rhetoric. They start, now he says Murima, this, Murima that. He's talking as if He's a custodian of Murima votes. First of all, me, I'm from Murima. I didn't vote for you then. I will never vote for you because you don't make sense, because you're not an intellectual, because you are a thief. I told you the coffee sector. Go and look. Please go and search on the internet. You will see a weekly review from last year saying that Rigathi Gachagua is behind the mess in coffee. He came, he stopped all the sale of coffee. He wanted the sale to pass through here because he wanted to make money. The coffee farmers right now are suffering because of Gachagua. Same as tea. He went and meddled with tea. Now there's tea stocks which have stayed for 1 year in the Mombasa auction. Tea stocks from our farmers who have not been paid. And that's the guy now you're foisting. That's the guy you're giving your clout. That's the guy you're giving your attention because you're lazy, because you're stupid, because you don't want to read, because you let everything slide, because you don't want to hold people accountable. And that's how you don't even hold yourself accountable. You don't want to hold yourself accountable, and you don't want to hold anyone else accountable. So you fly with anything. You keep on to mask your shortcoming. You continue to the next. This idiot, this NIS agent called Maverick Aoko, 2 weeks ago, she said with her own mouth, she said that Raila, this guy from Djibouti, is in a closed door meeting. He's going to come out and he's going to step down for Baba. And she said on her own tweet, hold me to account if that doesn't happen. In her own tweet. You guys are still giving her clout. You're still giving her retweets. Yet her herself said, if this is a lie, if it doesn't happen, please hold me to account and follow me and block me. So you, on that small basis, you cannot even hold her to account. How do you expect to hold politicians to account? Gachagua himself, please go and search. Go and Google. You're going to see Rigathi Gachagua is behind the coffee mess. Rigathi Gachagua is behind the tea mess. When he was being impeached, nobody ever said that Rigathi Gachagua was better than Ruto. We said, Kufa dereva, Kufa makanga. We said, if we are removing the makanga, then the fucking driver must also go. How did that change to now we are listening to him talking about Musangalire? These boomers have a tendency, they have a penchant of gravitating towards each other when their interests feel threatened, when their interests are not in alignment with the others. These boomers now, they gravitate towards each other. People who have been in opposition for the longest, this guy was removed just 4 or 5 months ago. They are there with him, sucking his dick. This is rubbish. This is rubbish. Mother Karua, people who've had credentials that they can, they can run with, they are there. Now they are meeting Gachagua. You're meeting Gachagua for what? You've forgotten what he used to say. You've forgotten what he said during the Gen Z protest. He said, we are going to crack down. In fact, he was more brutal than even Ruto himself. Did you see the crackdown on protests in Karatina, where he comes from, before he fell out of favor? No, we cannot tolerate your bullshit as boomers. Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, we cannot. Mother Karua, we cannot. No, you're becoming too much. We want Ruto to step down or to leave office this month. You are telling us to wait until 2027. You have to stop your bullshit. Nobody has barred you from vying. Nobody has stopped you from ever vying in your life. You understand? But why must we wait until 2027? Because it's your agenda? And then you are able there to bribe the Getheri media, to bribe akinakenyans.co.ke, to run your new memes saying 2027. 2027 is a boomer agenda. The young people have a different plan. If William Ruto has already, we are talking about this week we saw City Mortuary has 394 undeclared bodies which have not gone to be collected, and all of this pile up has been within the last 6 months, or especially after the June protests. Now, if this guy, and don't forget, there's another 120 people that he is officially known that William Ruto killed. Don't forget that people are being abducted. So if this man has killed over 600 or over 700 people within 6 or 7 months, how many people is he going to have killed between now and 2027? You see, these politicians, these boomers, these Raila, Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, Okia Omtata, all of them, they have money to pay for security, to have armored vehicles. Their kids are abroad or they go to fancy schools, so they are insulated from all of these nonsensical shenanigans, political shenanigans. So them, they can wait. Can you wait to be abducted? First of all, the ISIOLO youth. If you're listening to me and you're in ISIOLO and you're a young person, please stop using Safaricom, because William Ruto is a petty motherfucker. He's an asshole. He's a narcissistic prick. What he's going to do is going to look for the people who are there. They are going to zero in. They are going to monitor what they did with the people who are in parliament and how they have been abducted ever since. They are going to zero in. Safaricom has already pinged your location, so they are going to look for you, everyone who booed you and heckled you, and then they are going to come for you one by one, Nurdin Haji and Mohammed Amin. You understand? So if you're in ISIOLO, please stop using Safaricom. William Ruto is a vindictive motherfucker. He's going to come for people because now you have embarrassed him in front of the world. He's feeling angry right now. You heard even his tone. It was escalating. It was escalating towards that level, you remember, on June 25th, where he said, I'm going to come and kill every one of you who tried to bring the government down because you are treasoners, you are criminals. You remember that speech. ISIOLO youth, if you have a Safaricom line, dump it. Listen to me. I know, I've studied this shit. I know Nurdin Haji. I know Mohammed Amin. Mohammed Amin was in court. He was asked questions. He was interrogated there. He was cross-examined. He almost walked out. These guys, do you think they care about the law? You think they care about good governance? You think they care about human life? No, these are killers. And that's why William Ruto was going to Mandera and the northern Kenya. He was going to pay homage to the people who have kept him in power. And the people who have kept him in power are Somali oligarchs. Somali oligarchs have kept him in power because he has killed domestic industry. He has killed domestic productions. To what? Now we are a net importer. We are importing everything coming through the port of Kismayu. He was even dressed yesterday. He was even dressed in a blue trouser and in a blue shirt and a white trouser. The colors of the Somali flag. You have to pay homage to the person, to the throne. He's not our president. He's representing the interests of another country. And then he has the audacity. He has the guts to call us treasoners. He's a treasonous motherfucker. He's a person who has absconded his oath of office. He's a person who should be living. And so my work here is to just tell you to remain focused. Number one, we say that every Monday will be a national strike. Every Monday will be a national strike. Please, TikTokers, if you're getting this, I need you to get this part very well because people don't seem to get it. Every Monday, if you don't have anything to do in town, please stay at home because many of you have made going to town as a career. Sometimes when you don't have anything to do, you're just going to run, I don't know, silly errands or whatnot. If you have anything to do, do it now, do it Saturday, do it when, but don't go to town on Monday. Number two, close your business. Close your business. It is that simple. We're asking you to sacrifice because you're still not going to make any money. Your customers are running short of money. You are being taxed left, right, and center. These guys are coming for a paycheck. So why don't you want to be in solidarity with the people who have kept your business afloat? You think you're going to profit while your customers suffer and languish in poverty? No. So close your business. Don't go to town, whichever town you are in. Because did you see what happened in Nakuru? Did you see the High Court in Nakuru threw away the habeas corpus application for the presentation of Brian Odhiambo, a young man, for the simple crime of going to fish in a lake that is owned by us. That lake is not owned by KWS. It's not owned by the tourists. It is owned by us. That is our money. That is our heritage. Even if we were all to go and fish there tomorrow, KWS, who the fuck do you think you are? That you're going to prioritize money over human life. And then the courts have no shame. They throw out the application for the police to present him because they know they killed him and threw him in that lake where nobody will be able to find him. People, you have to understand that your sacrifice is needed and it is necessary. Because if we rely on these stupid boomers who are telling us to wait until 2027, most probably you won't be alive to see that. These boomers, politics is their career. Politics is that's all they do. Just going on rooftops. Look at somebody like William Ruto. He has the energy to do everything else other than what he was elected for. He has the energy to go there and hurl insults, to throw tantrums, to throw his childish rants. But ask him to do a project, ask him to show us even a pit latrine to his name. You will never see it. So Monday, please, when we say it's a national strike, stay at home. Don't open your business. It's just one day. I'm telling you, at the end of this, you will benefit. You will be happy. It's better to sacrifice a few weeks and have a lifetime of prosperity than to continue entertaining this government. You need to block. We need to choke their revenue. We need to choke their tax collections. You understand? University students, this week you did a good job. KU, you blocked the road. Nairobi University, you went to help. Technical University, you went to the streets. But they promised you that they are going to give you your help. They haven't sent that money. Just the same way they lied to sugar farmers in Western, in Mumias. They told them, oh, you're going to look. If you look in your phones, you're going to see the bonus. We didn't see that bonus. So join us in the protests. Join us. Whichever part of the country, don't forget you have grievances. So if you cannot march in town, or you cannot, since you're not in that position, stay at home. Some of you go when it's not necessary. Stay at home. Nobody will sack you. Nobody will relieve you of your job. That, oh, when I said Francis Gaitho has declared a holiday, or when you go and tell your human resources manager that, you will never be sacked. And if you've ever been sacked for that, tell me, the employer. DM me the name of the company and the employer. Huh? We are here trying to fix the economy. We are here trying to fix the country. But then we are being sabotaged. I told you the biggest war that I have ever fought in my life is not against Ruto. It's against the internal sabotage. It's against these bloggers, these rural-bred, retarded bastards. Ogeshagi, hii ushamba inamsumbuanga ni nini? Ukikuja town, if you want to be part of the global community, then you leave your stupidity, you leave your ruralism behind. And then you say, now I am a new person. This is my Damascus moment. I cannot go to where we are aspiring to go with the same mindset that I had. That's why I saw this stupid PS. She's called Mary Modoni, the PS of health. She goes and says, Shisha is bad. Shisha can kill you. Shisha can do X, Y, and Z. Because she has nothing else to offer. Because she has no other catalog of achievements. She should be telling us, we have opened this new level 5 hospital or this new referral hospital so that if you get sick from smoking shisha, you will find healthcare. Hey, we ban shisha. No, Shaggy, that is ruralism. Shisha brings tourists. I told her to compare all the North African countries, Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, where shisha is legal, shisha is prevalent there, and to compare with our life expectancy rate, so that you stop lying just because you don't have anything to say. When you stand up in a podium, you realize, oh shit, I have nothing to show these people to justify my being in office. So let me latch on, let me work on their emotions. That is how they came to ban alcohol, to bring alcohol. Saying, oh, alcohol is the one which is causing problems. No, it's your corruption. We have looked at the statistics. We know how many accidents are caused by PSVs and by small cars. But you, because you have not fixed the road, because you have not marked the pedestrian zebra crossings, because you have not put traffic lights, because you erect bumps anyhowly, which cause the accidents, now you want to shift blame. We are telling them that their time is up. Today we had a high court pronouncing itself, saying, I need you to get this very right. I need you to get this very right. They said that Moses Wetangula had made a ruling, an illegal and constitutional ruling, saying that Kenya Kwisha shit should have the majority and thus have the numbers to appoint a majority leader. Number two, they said that first, Moses Wetangula was in breach of the constitution by serving as the Speaker of the National Assembly and the party leader of Ford Kenya. Now listen, the petitioner had not asked for the courts to declare Moses Wetangula's seat unconstitutional, please, or Kimani Ichung'wah's seat unconstitutional. No, it was just to define who has the majority in parliament. That is what the petitioner had asked for. You see, the court cannot grant you what you have not asked for. But we already know that by that pronouncement, the court has declared that Moses Wetangula is illegally in office. Kimani Ichung'wah is illegally in office. What should happen right now without any further delay is that Moses Wetangula should leave office. All the security should be withdrawn from his house, from his residence, from his car, his motorcade, everything should be withdrawn, and Parliament should elect another speaker without any fail. Parliament, you've been given one last chance to redeem yourselves before we come there and finish the job. You know the job that we started last year? We are going to come and finish it if you don't redeem yourself. Right now, please ensure that Moses Wetangula is not in office by the close of business today. You hear? Oh. Moses Wetangula is illegally in office. Forget about what you have been told. Forget about what the media will be paid to spin. And they are doing some wordplay. They are trying to mess up with what the judges or the High Court judges declared and pronounced today. But because the petitioner had not explicitly requested or demanded or petitioned for Moses Wetangula's removal, today the only item they wanted was a definition of who and who is the majority party in parliament. And they have already pronounced themselves. They have said that Moses Wetangula, you cannot be a speaker, house speaker, and you still be a party leader. You have continued to do that. So listen, have you ever gone to court and they told you, no, whatever you did last year, we have forgiven you. Now start afresh. No, you are punished immediately. So the punishment for Moses Wetangula is that he has been serving illegally. He knows the constitution. He's a lawyer. And he has been serving as both the House Speaker and the party leader of Ford Kenya. So he is in breach. And if tomorrow I go and file a constitutional appeal myself and say I want him to be declared, it will be granted. But we don't have to go through that. We don't have to do that process. Once again, the courts have already pronounced themselves. So whether it is now, whether it is 6 months from now, Moses Wetangula, you're still illegally in office. And the best thing you should do is leave before you are kicked out. Moses Wetangula is the one who had hired mercenaries to be at the rooftop of parliament to shoot Gen Zs. Sorry. I don't know. I feel like I've swallowed up some hair. Moses Wetangula is the one who had hired snipers on top of parliament and outside. These were retired KDF and police officers. They were hired to shoot Gen Zs when they raided parliament. So Moses Wetangula is a trashy individual. He's a war criminal. He's somebody who should be in jail. But before then, Moses Wetangula, you have to leave office. Before then, Moses Wetangula, you have to leave office. Moses Wetangula, you have to leave office. Moses Wetangula, you are an idiot, you are an asshole, you are a war criminal, you should be in jail. But even before going to all those places, you should leave office. Your office has been declared, your tenure in office has been declared unconstitutional. You have been serving as both a House Speaker, you have been serving as both the party leader of Ford Kenya. You are an imposter. Moses Wetangula, leave office right now, you motherfucker. On February 17th, listen to me here. On February 17th is when we are having the AUC elections. February 17th will be a Monday, the same Monday where we normally declare a national strike. So on that day, not going to work, not going to do anything. You will be at home following the proceedings of those AUC elections. And afterwards, there'll be a big celebration. There'll be a big street bash. Wherever you are, just come out and celebrate. Because these boomers are telling us to wait until 2027. How many young people will Ruto have killed by then? Then they have the luxury. Then their core business, their career, all their lives. Kalonzo Musyoka has never known anything else. He's just on top of a sunroof. Eugene Wamalwa is just meeting five-star hotels here. Hey, say press conference come. That's all they have ever done in their life. Now then they can wait until 2027. Us who want to be productive, us who want to contribute to our country, we cannot wait until 2027, listening and watching to Ruto, moving from traversing the entire country, spewing his lies. William Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, they've never worked a day in their lives. Kalonzo Musyoka, they've never run an enterprise. They can do politics morning till evening. Mother Karua, they can do politics till evening. And that's why Okiya Omtata can be in court. He's never run an enterprise. He's never run a business. That's why they're telling you, no, let's wait until 2027 so that we can have our people in the IBC. No, we want this system to collapse. We want a caretaker government which will be filled with people from every stakeholder, from every industry, a multi-stakeholder from every church, from every religion, from every professional, from every business group or lobby group or interest group. You run the caretaker government for 1 or 2 years in preparation for the 2027 election so that we can overhaul the systems, we can do a new IBC. We have done this before. Well, why is somebody telling you? Why is somebody hastening you? Why is somebody showing you that you don't have time? No, we have a lot of time. Oh, you must make a decision now. For us to beat Ruto, we must have a formidable candidate. Now, formidable is inversely proportional to corrupt. We must settle on Gachagua because Gachagua is the only one who can help us fight Ruto. Fuck you. Was Gachagua there in June 25th when we raided Parliament? Was Gachagua anywhere near there? Why do you suddenly think that we need him? He's the one who needs us. You have to believe in yourself. You see, low self-esteem is also correlated to ruralism. You are stuck in disbelief of yourself. You have low self-esteem. You don't want to believe that you're capable. Now, please do not infect the rest of us who have seen it, who have internalized it, who have seen the potential. Please do not spread that negative energy to us. You, if you think that Gachagua is the only one who can liberate you, please go to Amunyoro and suck his dick. For the rest of us, we know in June, he was nowhere. In June, he was nowhere. In June, Gachagua was nowhere. Why do you need him now? He's the one who needs us. So Gachagua, if you're not talking our language, go fuck yourself. If Gachagua, you're not saying Ruto must go this month, please, and you're telling us to wait for 2027, go fuck yourself. Gachagua, you've become too much.